Hello. 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 Bear doko? Hmm. Bear. Bear. What's up, Axel? What's up? Hi, everybody. Hello. My name is Lilybelle. I love to travel, but I suck at geography. And today we will try our best to get through this battle. I know what you're saying. It's only one battle, Lily. How bad could it be? Well, let me tell you something. I am incredibly underleveled. Oh. Okay. Thank you, Axel. Nice. Incredibly underleveled. Everybody is level 7. And as far as I know, I'm supposed to be like level 9 for this. But before we get started, okay, sorry. I would like some help. Simply don't die and you'll be fine. You know what? I have definitely considered that. I've considered it. I feel like it's too much work to not die. So, yeah. So I need a little bit of help. And the help is reminding me of stuff. But what sucks even more is I already don't know what I need reminding of. I need a list. I need your help to do a little to-do list, and I already can't remember what it is. Actually the first two, not in game. To-do list normal. Just send it to me. Yeah. Message Aaron back. Number 1. Number 2, and don't send me this immediately, okay? Wait until the end of my wait until the end of my stream and then send it to me, because what if I remember more things until then? And then number 2 is send invoice. Yeah. Yeah. That's all I remember right now. So hopefully throughout this game, I'll remember more. All right, let's get into it. So for my subathon goal a million years ago, I was supposed to play Baldur's Gate. Yes. Male Axel Rag. Oh shit. Is it? Yeah, add that in there, Axel, if I haven't done that. I was supposed to have one for you, but I didn't. It's stuck somewhere here in my office. My office is currently a mess. You have a lingerie next to random snack bags, next to a Rillakkuma plushie that Morgana won for me, next to stuff that I bought at the last convention I went to, next to old clothes, and then next to new clothes. And also my recent med refills. I've got a lot going on. You know somebody's brain is messy if your room is messy. It is not for pics, oh my god. Unreal, you guys. You have to find my special... You have to find my special Reddit account for shit like that, okay? No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, I need to... let's just do it. Let's just go through it.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Let's just go through it. I have to use... Definitely have to use my invis. Should I do that there? Fuck. I can't remember.
Mama sense of me yesterday. Happy National Teddy Bear Day. Also how was Korean Shrek time yesterday.
What? What the fuck are you talking about, my dude? Hope you got some good spell slots and cantrips ready. It'll click. Will it? What the fuck? Karlach dances? I didn't know that. Cool. Yeah. I don't know about this. I don't know about this, guys. Let's just get through it, and then, you know, we do have the thing. So, where's the potion of invisibility? Okay, we have a shit ton. Okay, so what I had here was that I was gonna go here. And then I was gonna go up here. That's what I had. And then... Can we go upstairs here anywhere? Probably not, huh? We probably can't vault, huh? Let's use you, Will. Let's place you closer, maybe, to... Oh, fuck. I just don't really know the possibilities that I have here.
Let's get on with it.
I'm gonna play Shadowheart like right here. You play offline at all? I did. I tried my best to play just a little bit more. Fuck me. Whatever. Whatever. I tried to just defeat literally everything that I had around here.
Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are
just so I could level up, and I can't. So great. I understand that we cannot do anything until the night song is, because the night song's caged. I understand that. On the other hand, okay, let's go throw something at this dude. Can we, there we go. Split item, cancel. Can we just, yeah, split one. Let's just toss this, my girl. It's fine. Let's toss it. You'll be fine. Throw. Night. Path is interrupted by fucking what? Oh, great. Actually, I feel like I should kill these bitches first, but I'll do it in my next round. Did it work? It worked generally. Oh no, not that dude. Fuck that dude. I hate that dude. Okay. Also, let's, you know what? Let's just use smoke powder bombs more. Can I do that? You think? Yeah, right? I'm like, you know what? I might as well try. Too much. Fire killed all of them. Love that for me. Can I use them like at all? I can. Oh, but I can't actually do anything, can I? Oh, I can't actually do anything. Fuck, that sucks. Just get into the shit. How do I that's fine. All right. My next move is helping you here. No longer soul caged, and we are going to a scum save. What is that? F5? Yep. Absolutely it is. I need to get rid of you. Immensely, for sure, I need to get rid of you. I will do literally everything that I can. I will use all of these smoke powder bombs, honestly. Just to make sure. What the hell, man? Can't I just... Can I use it or no, though? Oh, I can't. Damn. Okay, yes, I understand not enough resources. Fuck, not that. That was not what I was trying to do. That's cool. I did a big thing. That's fine. Sure. I'm not moving anywhere. I will not be moving anywhere. Let's find out. Did I not already use you? Okay, here. Let's go in rage. Let's go crazy. Let's go ham. Let's go wild. That's right. Let's go fuck it up. Okay, this fucking dude. Damn! Everybody's stunned? I hate this. I hate this. Holy shit. And Will immediately is dying. Deadly orders on me. What the fuck? Oh, no way. I understand now. This is not good. Can y'all all come down here, please? What the fuck is that? Oh, that's where you come from. Fuck. I'm gonna load. Immediately already I'm loading. Immediately already I'm loading. I didn't realize, had I known. You hear the news about next year's Super Bowl? You mean they're not like us? They not like us. They not like us. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, no. That's how I feel about Shadowheart. That's how I feel about Shadowheart. Okay, okay. I need everybody to crouch right now. And then we're gonna get here, okay? And then I think it was just because I waited like too long. And then, let's see. Who lasts the longest in terms of invisibility? Do you think? I'm pretty sure you can make that jump. Let's find out. Too high. That would have been awesome, but I think too high. Jumping reach scales with straight. I did not know that. Really? So let's see. Maybe. You're right. If I go invis and I jump, though. Right? Will it fuck it up? Okay, let's fucking find out. We're gonna find out right now. And then let's jump. Let's find out. Okay, cool. And immediately... Awesome. She can stay right there. I need to immediately move to my area because I don't know when Karlach is finished with that. I need to immediately go over here and make sure I do not touch those things. Will, I need to fucking find out somehow. I need to invis him. Hi there. Welcome in, Ethan. Thank you so much for joining first class, especially with your Prime. Thank you. Thank you. I know you only have one, so thank you for so much for choosing me. It means actually a lot. I can't believe it. So thank you. Thank you.
On I go.
And then let's have her throw. Let's throw one. Let's throw this bitch. Fuck! I was so close! It's okay.
I want. Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are erased. I will kill you now. And then I will...
God damn it! It could have been good. That's fine. That's fine. Let's immediately fuck these bitches up. Because I'm whoa. Who am I right now? Excuse me? Who am I? Who? Oh, I'm Shadowheart. Okay, I mean, that's cool. I can fuck this guy up too. I don't mind. It worked, so, I mean, I'll take it. Okay. Are you saying... Let's, uncage you. Yes. If I throw a healing potion at her, is that a thing? Can I throw a healing potion at them? Technically. What's up? I ended up starting over. I was like 4 hours in level 3 and activated the ending of Act 1. I got slaughtered. The only followers are kind of... Oh, damn. I'm sorry. Nah, yeah, I get that. Wait, why can't I split item? 1. Do I have to put it in their little thing here? How goes a fight against J.K. Simmons? Let me tell you something. It goes great, I think. Fire. That worked. I'm going to pre-save that because I can. Hopefully I remember all of the fucking saves I need. Cool. Can I go... What do I just jump? Can I jump down? Oh man, that's definitely... I suppose I'll just go down the old-fashioned way. I'll just wait. Lily's even buffer than the BG3 character IRL. You're so right. You're so right. I actually am. I'm glad you know that specifically. I will... Shit, I don't want to... Oh, bitch. I should have just... Can I range attack? Shit. Whatever. I can try. I'll take it. I'll fucking take it. Alrighty. This guy... I need to kill this. I don't know what I must do, but this guy is the bane of my existence. So... I will... Can I throw? How do I say that properly? I don't want to throw, but like, can I throw? You know what I mean? Can I throw? I can! Fuck this guy. Oh. Oh, he's big. Oh, he's big. Should I? What should I do? What should I do here? Oh, hey, there's little Mind Flayer children here. Oh, fuck. I should have... Oh, darn. Shit, well... I can't throw again, so I'm just gonna stand here. Incubating, okay. Gross. No! Not the dead... How do I do that? How do I fix this? How do I fix this so they're not little deadly orders? How do I do that? I don't want to kill her. How does she... Oh my god. Oh wait, okay, deadly orders is fine, right? I think. It's the other thing that I'm afraid of. Who says back in your... Oh, him? What the fuck? Shit. I can't even make it though, I don't think. How do I... Oh, fuck. Right. I remember now. I was thinking of something different, but I now remember what I'm originally meant. Shit. I don't think I couldn't even have dashed, could I? God, Shadowheart literally has like 0 fucking anything. Fuck it. Okay. Fuck. Well. I have zero things that I could do right now, low-key. What if I just continuously try to toss things to kill Ketherick? What if I did that? What if I did that? What if I used out all this? See, that's another thing too, because I know right after this, I have another fucking battle, and I just don't think I'll be able to make that, if anything. Oh, that technically low-key worked. Yeah, second phase was not my friend. What the hell, man? Why -3? I literally went up there with no issues. Why suddenly I have issues? Oh, there. If you have radiant spells or effects, it helps. I don't know what any of those mean. I'm sorry. Okay. Azure Mage, thank you so much. Thank you for continuing your first class. I very much appreciate it. Can I heal you? I can't heal you. Fuck. Can I throw like a healing thing at all? Can the dame just move out of the fucking way? Can I? Oh, I can throw. I can throw a healing. I can throw a healing potion at them, and it works. What? I didn't know that. Had I known. What the fuck? Ooh, actually, I think you need way more. I think you need a different healing. You need this, lady. Fuck! No wonder I haven't been making it. It'll affect the enemies as well. Ah, shit. Well. Or. Can I throw another? Fuck, okay. I can't. Aim did not force me to do that, surprisingly, right? It was somebody's idea. I'm gonna push you, bitch. Go! Damn it! Let's see. Can I Cloud of Daggers, you guys? I totally can. I totally can fucking Cloud of Dagger, you guys. Way worth it, honestly. Can't reach destination. Well, then reach the destination, bitch. Duh. Hello? These people. How have you been? I've been fine, thank you. I'm just trying to catch up with stuff, kind of clear up my life a little bit, which has been quite the difficult thing to do, I must say. If I go here, maybe I have a chance to do something. Oh no, Ketherick's gonna be like literally right there. That's fine. Kiki D01 is now boarding. Welcome to Lilybelle Air. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable flight. Another incubator? Literally gross. Where the fuck did the incubator grow? Oh, it's right over there. Okay. Yeah, I just have a lot of stuff to do. My office is completely messy. My to-do list just keeps growing and growing, and everybody and their mother's worst day is this month, including your very own Leighton, whenever you get a chance, to say so. And so I'm trying to clear up as much as I can, but I'm doing okay. I'm doing happy. I'm doing fine. Have a good dinner, Axel. Fuck. Will it hit him? No, target's blocked. Okay. Heal. Can I heal? I probably can't heal from here, can I? Actually, let's go all the way here and see if I can heal. I need to heal her. I can heal her. +4. Wow, that low-key sucks. What is this again? Oh, I have to touch him. I'm trying to remember. At least you don't gotta cook for a while since all the birthdays. Yeah, so here's the sucky part, right? My mom continuously gives me these little like meal prep things that she has. And so I technically need to eat them because they're filling up my fridge. But also, I can't because a bunch of birthdays. And I have to end up, I have to end up spending money anyways because I have to buy birthday gifts and shit. Your shard has a radiant flame that will help. What? My what? My what? My what? Who? My what? Is this the shard? Nah, September doesn't stink. Do you remember 24 hours September? Has a radiant flame. What's a radiant flame? Radiant flame, radiant flame, radiant flame. Sacred flame. So I hit him like that. Oh, okay. I need to kill this mind flayer like immediately, so I get it. Thank you. You're right. It is kind of like a shard. Am I dying? I'm not dying necessarily. That bitch is definitely low-key dying, though. I'm not gonna lie. I just know it. Okay. Girl, can you actually make it up here? It'll provoke attack of opportunity. What if I don't? Can I do anything that makes it not provoke an attack of opportunity? Shit, why does it so quickly and easily provoke attack of opportunity? I want to use the fucking smoke powder bombs less so I can use other things later. But I don't technically know. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can... No, see, I also want to use some of these. Shit. Fuck. Like, I don't want to... Oh, what the hell? Hey, when did you get here, my dude? Oh, my bad. I didn't notice you. Oh, my bad, my man. What the... Bitch. I'm glad I found it now. I'm glad I figured it out now. What the hell is this? Conjure us to fight by yourself. Should I save that for... Maybe I should save that for second phase because I'm doing generally okay right now. I'm gonna save this. I'm going to throw another heal at you because you need one. And I need you for later. For sure. Yay! Yay. Can I push this guy? I don't think pushing him is gonna help, to be honest. Why did... Okay. Sick. I know exactly what to do. Ah, man, path is interrupted. That's... Actually, hold on. Let me move here and see if it'll work. I'll take it. Yeah! Where the fuck is the other dude? Oh, he's all the way over here. Back here, right? Yeah! Okay. I'm gonna save it right here also because I can. Let's go. Shit. Cool. Yeah, sure. Not enough movement. Okay, never mind. Never mind then. Woo! Incubate this, pants grab. That's right, Dame. Kill him. I will. What the hell? Did I not? Hello? Hello? Miss Bam, what the fuck is wrong with you? Huh? What the fuck? Why is it not working? I can upcast. Oh yeah, right, I remember. Cure wounds. But like, why am I not like this, right? But why is it not going? You're so useless. You're so useless. You're so useless. I dislike you very much. Hopefully it's the one that I was looking for. Nope, was not the one I was hoping for. That's fine. Better than none. Hey, that's my wife. She's my saving grace. Okay, sure. Anyways. Kill it! Kill it again! Kill it again! Yeah, it's dead! The amount of scum saving I'm doing is unreal. Also, hi everybody. My name's Lilybelle. I love to travel, but I suck at geography, and I'm really bad at BG3. I pretty much get everywhere by luck, and so surprisingly, very, very surprisingly, I've gotten this far, and now realizing that I'll probably just dash, I think. Now realizing that I probably should have, I don't know, maybe sure, I'll go support. I probably should have leveled before I got here. Lower the difficulty? Nah, I'm at normal difficulty. I think that should be, if I can't get to normal difficulty, I'd be upset at myself, low-key. Actually, no, I wouldn't be upset at myself, but I'm definitely trying to do what I can. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I can't reach destination. That's fine. What the hell are you? Good man. Oh shit, she blinded? Oh, she blinded? Oh, she blinded? Oh man. Girl, I wish I could just control her low-key. You need to heal! Heal yourself! Heal! I will heal as much as I can! Okay, how do I do this? Can I do this? Why can't I reach destination? Can I not just go up here and I'd have to walk first? You fucking kidding me? What, 40? Great, everybody's just gonna be right here. Why not, you know? That's the question. Reckless, I actually really like my reckless attack. Do it again. Do it again. Hell yeah, dude. Not bad, not bad. I don't hate this. Hey! Is he blinded or something? He's not sick. Good for me. Can get right behind him. Can get right behind him. Try to firebolt this bitch. Oh no, can't try to firebolt this bitch. The fuck is this? Oh no, I'm not doing that. I don't have any more for this. Yeah, sure. Damn it. This is how I play my... Yeah, sure. Sure. Why not? You know, classic. I can be right behind him. Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting that I can hide with my bonus. My bad. Dude, is he blind? Uh-oh. Can't do that. Shit. Well, I suppose I'll just have to... Missed both? I'm gonna kill myself. In game, in game, in game. Not enough movement. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, let's make it fall in love with me! God damn it. Why does he get 2? What the fuck? That wasn't too bad. We got a lot done, okay?
What a fool you are. You cannot kill me. I am eternal.
He's so good. Okay, go, go. Time for death. Okay, time for death, time for death, time for death. All right, it's time for us to die. Time for death, time for death.
We need everyone alive.
You need a heal. Did you not heal? Did that not heal me? I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, can I not be healed? Did you see that? That didn't heal me. Oh, can't be healed, bone chilled. Okay. Well, sounds good to me. Sounds about right. Unreal. When I'm near him, I get bone chilled? All of them? Are they all bone chilled? Oh, they're all bone chilled. Ooh, well, that's not good. Well, that's not good at all. I'll take it. Rating effects on undead and rating effects on undead and especially turn undead will help you. So we can use that then. We can use turn undead or whatever, right?
This'll help.
Fire. Can I... Okay, casting spells is blocked. I see, I see. Okay. Well, I don't think I can hit him, right? Oh, 64%? That's not bad.
Comes easy these days.
Okay, you need to fucking heal up, my girl. I cannot drink. I cannot drink. I cannot drink. I might die. Yup, I might die. Firebolt 2 to 20. I want to use some of these bitches. Throw it to myself. Wait, hold on. Let's read some of these real quick just to make sure. Hurls a sphere that deals 3 to 24 thunder damage and possibly creates a surface on impact. Alternatively, choose a different type of damage. Okay. Concentration. That's crazy. Scroll of Wall of Fire sounds good, but not yet. Oh, you have to leave the platform. Is that correct? Okay. Works for me. Apparently. There you go, because I'm no longer bone chilled. You're so right. You're so absolutely right, buddy. You are right. I'm gonna use both to heal myself because I don't want to frickin' die. Oh, and I can still cast spell? Yeah! Let's see. Can I cast spell up here or no? Path is interrupted. Fuck. And I can't go back up, can I? I can! I can! But I can cast spell. So let's do it. Let's cast the spell. Can I just select variant? Wow, that is not necessarily that great of a spell, I have to be honest. Maybe I'll just cast a different spell? Question mark? Okay. Let's fuck him up. Why is it? Did it work? I don't know if it worked. I don't know if it worked. Let me just save it like this, though. Just for now. We still have all of our scum saves, so should be fine. I hope. I think. Okay. I think you should also cast your spells, buddy. I think you should also cast your spells. Let's cast your spells. Let's see what you can cast. I have a shit ton of spells to just figure it out. What a scroll of false life. Oh, temporary 7 extra hit points. Targets drop everything. The scroll protection. Sleet storm. That's concentration. Okay. That's pretty sick, actually. Oh no, it's gonna end up, oh no, it's gonna end up hitting like, can I go here? Yes, I can, I think. If I go here, will it work? Maybe. Like, can I just use it? I can, can't I? It will hit Karlach. I'm trying to make it not hit anywhere real quick. Turn the camera and it will help. Okay, okay. And then I think I just have to move a little bit further. Maybe. Yeah, I had to have had it a little further regardless. Fuck! It's immune! Well, that's just great. That's awesome. I love that. I love that for me. What the fuck? Is it him? She dead? Nah. Nah. No death. No death. What the? Can I just pick you up though? Fuck. Not enough resources. Shit. And I can't heal nobody because bone chilled. Wait, is Karlach fine? Karlach's fine. I'm shield of faithing in this person. He became the person. Okay, real. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. That's gross. So if these little nests pop out with people, I can turn them to defeat this guy? Is that correct? I'm gonna throw more shit. Fuck. Oh. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. Let's be, you know, let's be clear here. Let's throw some potions and shit, because I need them. Fuck, when did you get one here? The fuck I have a pearl for? Send a camp. Fuck are all these? Oh, it's just stuff that I picked up. My bad. Can I throw it? Will, can you throw it? Will, can you throw? Will, can you throw it? Yes, you can. Throw it, Will. Hi, ISO. Nice, nice. You can't drink it to yourself, unfortunately. But let's just deal with that right now. Funny. Oh, wait. Can I just leave? I can just leave, can't I? Awesome. So my question is this. Do you guys know? Oh shit, after him. Fuck, after him the thing is gonna... Fuck! Can't cast spell. Already used it. We're gonna die. Good miss. That's cool. Real quick, so can I turn undead? Can I do that turn undead thing? Like, now that they're people, now that they're quote unquote like skellos, can I turn undead? I need to, oh fuck, I need to pick you up, or don't I? Try it out. I'll get an attack of opportunity, which I don't want. Can I jump? Why do I have provoke attack of opportunity if I jump? That doesn't make sense. What the fuck, man? Okay, I'll just pick you up. Did it not work? Does that not work? Is that not 100% every time? Fuck. And I can't drink. Can I throw it to myself? Nope. I think turn undead is a radius spell. Well, I don't even have turn undead. Shart does. Oh shit, I should have used it. Well, Will's dead. Hi, ISO. I'm doing okay, thank you. Dame, can you pick me up? That'd be awesome if you could have picked me up, my girl. Shit. Let me see. Let me load game. Load game from... Which one was this one? Oh, yeah. Give me 1 sec, you guys. I think one of my meetings got canceled. Oh, speaking of dehydrated, shoot, I have a gallon water bottle I need to drink. Okay. Hold on. Give me a second. I've got work. Work important. Work important. Work important. Okay, give me 1 second. Meetings getting canceled freaks me out because I'm like, what happened? Why? Why? Oh, okay, okay, I see it. Wait, hold on. Is that... Okay, okay, okay. That's next week. That makes sense and that works. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay. Oh, hi, Lemon Drop. Okay, okay, okay. What are we doing? Oh, right. We were here. What are we doing here? I don't have anything, right? I don't have like a turn or anything I could use. Can't drink this. It seems like, yeah, it seems like I already used my turn for this part. Will. Yep. Now I don't have to waste my other thing, right? Because it doesn't work. Do you think this other chromatic orb thing works though? Scroll of chromatic orb. It doesn't do a lot, right? As far as I remember. Is this bugged? Why can't I select my variant, bro? Depends on the element. Fire probably works, right? Why can't I select... Check his weaknesses? How do I check his weaknesses? Oh, I have healing. Oh, but it's myself. Press T while hovering. Oh, ooh, cool. I've never seen that before. What the hell? Okay, is resistant to cold and necrotic. And poison. How do I know what... How do I know what it's... Yeah, how do I know that? It seems then that it's not immune to fire. Why can't I select variant, bro? Was it broken? Did you see that? Why is it like this? What the hell? Is this bugged? See? It's just telling me to select variant and it doesn't give me the option. Am I wild? Am I going crazy? I guess I'll just fucking... yeah, smite his ass with fire, I guess. Man. I think it's like broken, bro. Did that do 0 things? That did 0 things, I think. That did 0. I'm loading. It broke. I'm loading. It broke. It broke. I'm loading. It broke. I'm loading. It broke. Unfortunate. That's okay. Oh, my back. Oh, my good stretching moment. All right. Oh, gosh. Hi, everyone. We will get through this. I believe it. I believe in us. In me and us. Okay. Okay. I remember you have nothing. So let's see if I can use it now. It still doesn't let me select variant. I'm going to die. Why is it not letting me select variant? Do you see? It broke. What do I do, guys? An even older save? No, the older save will restart this We'll restart this entire battle completely. And I have to be honest, I think I'm doing all right. Yeah, it's pissing me off. Let it ride, YOLO. Okay. Let's see, maybe we have something else. Maybe we can scroll of wall of fire. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, maybe we can just wall of fire, bro.
Worth a try.
Worth a try. Definitely worth a try. I feel like we should leave. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. It's dangerous out here.
One life to my life. Sustain me.
Holy shit. I'm definitely glad that I literally left right before that. Holy shit. Oh my god. I'm so happy I left right before that. Shit, I feel like I should go to Shadowheart.
This'll help.
Can I pick you up at all? I can't pick you up. Well, that was a waste. That was I'm dumb as shit. Cause I didn't even realize, but I can't. That's fine. Fuck. I'll throw. Can I throw? I cannot throw. Okay. I think I just wasted that. That's fine. That was an accident. That's fine. There you go. That makes more sense. Okay. And then I will throw something at you. I'll throw healing at you. Because you need it, buddy. Can't throw. Can't throw. Can't throw. That's fine. That's fine. Oh god, they have such little turns. It makes me so upset. Can I drink? Can I drink? Oh, thank god. Great. I love having my 5. Oh. That's okay. I can get her, right? Pretty sure I can get her. Holy shit. Okay. So, first things first, I'm the realist. Are you downed? Why are you downed? Why did you go there? You're so dumb. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna save this right here because I want to try something. I'll try something real quick. Oh, yeah, it brings you up. Wow, I didn't... Oh, it doesn't. It does not bring you up. I was just... Silly me. Silly fucking me. Didn't expect to just... God damn it. I'll throw. I throw! It's not the worst, honestly, if you think about it. I probably will die soon, but that's okay. Yeah, his proximity thing is crazy. Exit. You need to bring this bitch up. Cast spell. You can cast spell.
Fading fast. I need healing.
Yes, you're alive. We're alive. I know. It's hard to imagine. Can I cast spell? No. Can I even drink? Can I drink? I can drink. Okay. Woo. Now you're alive. You can barely do anything, but you're alive. And then hide, right? You said hide. Yeah, I could cunning action plenty, actually. Can I, does that work? It does not work. in a clearly lit area. It's clearly lit and you tried to hide, bitch. You dumb ass. That's literally what they said. That's what they said to you. That's what they said to me. How far can I throw this? Are there other spells I might... will this work now? It will still not work now. I cannot choose variant yet. I don't think it'll... I don't think that'll work for it. Does it have psychic damage? I can't remember. It's not resistant against psychic damage. Oop, sorry. No, 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 no! Oh, fuck. Well, that was an accident. That was an accident. God damn it. Well, that's fine. That's fine. Nice. Now he's in love with me. Clack, 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 clack. Little clack, 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 clack. Shit. Okay. Okay, Karlach. Let's do this, my person. Let's... Oh, we have so little. We do not have any heals of anything. I lied. Get this! You're healing! Woo! You're heal... Can you throw, though? You cannot throw. That's okay. You healed a little bit, though. I'll give it that. Okay, you do not have healing. You're going to... How much is left of him? 11. 11, bro. We're throwing. We're throwing. We're throwing. We're throwing.
Seems like the best way.
Ah! We did it! We did it! Oh my god! I'm saving so bad. We did it! You guys have no idea. I've done this battle offline 20 times. Look!
Impossible.
You guys!
Death cannot take me.
First try, Wink.
Master. My lord. Hear me.
Wow! I can't believe it! Wait, what? No way it's phase 3.
Nothing.
No way it's phase 3. Don't do this to me, Spectre. I'm gonna cry.
You have...
Don't tell me that at all. I'm gonna cry.
what you've done. Isabelle.
Oh, shit. Yeah! And the dame is alive! Heal yourself, dumb bitch. Oh.
The rats! Together, we have crushed him. Brain. Body.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure the volume was coming through.
No. No. We pick our way toward our fates. Unleashed. You have my sword. My fealty. Do what you must. Then we fly this foul place.
The chosen of Murph is dead. Permanently, this time.
Ketheric's netherstone. It's in his armor. Take it.
Okay.
Anything of use?
It's kind of crazy, not gonna lie. Yeah! taking something. Woo!
In death, the body is cooling, but energy radiates from the stone.
Damn. So what do I do with the stone? I don't even know. Oh. I forgot every single
The
time.
picture comes together. The Absolute is neither god nor man. It is the Elder Brain you saw, held here by those three against its will. The crown it wears controls it, and these stones control the crown. It has been dominated.
Bro, I don't trust anyone, not even myself. Myself is suspicious, bro. This person is suspicious.
Our enemies are formidable.
I know. I'm looking for a cure, my dude.
Perhaps not a cure, but you found the source of your infection and the reason for its abnormality.
Okay.
Crown atop the Elder Brain. Its markings suggest it was forged in Netheril.
Oh
an
my
ancient
god.
empire whose mastery over magic rivaled that of the gods.
Are you telling me I literally, just to get a cure, I literally have to take over the world? Is that what you're saying?
Elevates their potential. And it must be the reason nobody could heal you. If the crown can do this to the parasite, I dare not imagine what it is doing to the brain.
Oh my god.
I believe you fought and defeated an avatar of Merkel.
Avatar?
The god of necromancy. A remarkable feat.
Fire.
Catherine
Water.
was Merkel's chosen.
Air.
I know
Earth.
Lord Gortash, an arms dealer and a slaver. He is a worshipper of
Oh
Baal,
no, you're telling me I have to
god
kill
of
him
tyranny.
too? I have so much work to
The other is a
do.
mystery to me. But the way she spoke, it is most likely she follows Baal, god of murder. Which means the Absolute is a front for the gods of death. And our enemies are chosen of the dead three.
Okay. Yeah, bro.
I know.
No! I don't want to fight gods.
This is the battle of our lives and the lives of everyone in Faerun.
Guess I'll die.
The army of the Absolute is marching on Baldur's Gate.
Fuck.
Within the city, an Elder Brain, brimming with power, ready to turn everyone within its reach into mind flayers. All it needs is an order. An order the Death Gods chosen are on the cusp of giving. We must wrest control of the brain from the chosen before that happens. We must take their stones.
Shit!
Our chances
I
of
hate
success
being the
are slim,
chosen
but we
one.
must not
What if
fail.
I just want to chill and live my life properly?
Ends. I will be your shield, but you must be the sword. And when the chance comes,
You're
to
not even
strike,
shielding
you must
me.
take it.
I literally am dying multiple times. All the time. I'm gonna loot this bitch. Well, yeah, I'm heavily encumbered. What the? Okay, portal to the surface. I'm not going to portal to the surface just yet. I'm gonna go heal myself, and then I'll go to the surface. I'll save, and then I'll go to the surface. But I suppose we did it! Yay! Oh my goodness! Hi, Kieran! Hello, hello, hello! Thank you so much for taking your folks on tour. Hello, tourists. My name is Lilybelle. I love to travel, but I suck at geography. How are you? How's it going? What is this? I feel like somebody can use this. How was Warhammer? Morgue cage key. The fuck I have a regular ass cage key for? Okay, that I needed. I have to go through and see if some of these are worth things. Welcome in, welcome in. We just finished this battle in Baldur's Gate. Damn, it's this heavy? Fuck. There we go. I can't believe that. That's that heavy. We just finished this battle in Baldur's Gate. A lot of spooky ghosts for the undead hordes. Haha. Funny because we were about to turn undead thing stuff, but then we didn't. Luckily, I didn't have to. Can't get there? The heck you mean can't get there? Open the door.
The presence is weak.
Go. So we just finished, and so now we're gonna have to now we're trying to stay alive and move on with our story, because I was stuck here for a long fucking time. Oh shit. Come follow, everybody. Everybody. Follow, everybody. Oh my god. They can't follow. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. But anyways, I'm glad you had a really good time assembling ghosties. Ooh. Thank you for Wolfpack attack. We are now gonna go up. We're gonna heal ourselves. We're gonna go back. We're gonna save. And then we're gonna go up to the surface and make some freaking money. I can't believe it though. I really, dude, the smoke powder bombs did enough. I stand by smoke powder bombs forever now. Free rejuvenation. Damn. But do you get your points back? Now that I think about it. You do, just not your cantrips.
Hey, good looking.
Hi.
As ever, checking things out.
Thank you so much once again, for bringing your tourists here. I hope you guys enjoy Baldur's Gate. Cantrips are infinite. Oh, so it did refill all my spell slots and everything. That's awesome. I love that for me. Wee. Unbelievable, man. I keep forgetting, like, what my cantrips and shit are. Oh, these are this is a cantrip? That makes sense, actually. I mean, I run a D&D club now, so it's safe to assume I have a favorable view towards such things. You know what? Or not. Maybe you don't. Thank you, Wolf, for Wolfpack love attack. Thank you, thank you. Why do they have to, like, why do they have to feel it like that? Okay. Let's save. And you can always respec with withers if you don't like what you chose. I suppose, huh? I didn't even know that, actually, but I should probably respec Shadowheart. She has way too many, like, things going on. I don't know, I feel like I should just respec certain things. Let me get rid of some of these. Now that we've done what we wanted. I don't like having a lot of saves because it freaks me out. Did you guys know I used to delete all of my, like, texts, and I would only save, like, the last few people, like 5 people I spoke to? Why? I just didn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I felt like it was too cluttered. I felt like it made me feel, like, really cluttered. Same thing with my, like, hold on. Meeting. Hold on.
The absolute. How?
Wait, hold on. Meeting, hold on. I have to put down meetings. If I don't put out my meetings now, I forget immediately, so. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for all of your understanding. Just work calls, you know? No, you don't have to remind me for this one, honey. All right. What the heck? Okay, alrighty.
can't just keep
I don't remember
ruining
who we're
people's
stopping
lives.
even, honestly.
Can't get away with it. He used me up
Oh.
and gave me away when he was done with me. Didn't matter how much I trusted him.
Oh.
And now he'd use up the
Karlak, I want to date you instead of Shadowheart so bad.
And I'm gonna be the one who kills him.
Ooh, okay. We'll do it together.
Can't get away with what he's done to me, to us. He won't get away with it.
Damn, Karlak's upset. For a good reason, but you know, just saying.
Gods be damned. With that parasite in his brain, Father could wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the
Oh my god, it's his father?
every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking. We're not just fighting for our cure. We're fighting for my father. We're fighting
Doesn't your
for
father
him.
like abandon you or
We're fighting
something?
for all of Faerun.
I don't want to fight for all of Faerun, but ugh. Okay. Okay. All right. Yo, Withers, what's up?
The shadows yet.
When the fuck did Withers get here? Hello?
The dead three united under cover of darkness. The balance shifts. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do illithids possess souls?
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing here, Withers?
I shall ask yet again. Do illithids possess souls? Thou shalt think about it now, and I shall give the answer. Mind flayers are soulless.
Well,
The three amass an illithid army void of apostolic souls that could imbue them with power. A flock without souls, yet to what end, mortal? This is the question. thou
bro,
must
Withers, just tell me the fuck you doing here, my dude.
Until such time, be availed of my services.
Thanks.
Very well.
Wait, how do I
Fate spins along as it should.
change their, how do I like reconfigure them?
No.
Oh, okay, fucked up. Once you long rest at the camp. Okay, hold on.
Yes. Once judged, the alliance is reforged, mortal.
Okay, that's fine. I'll do that some other time. We've saved. We've saved. Where do I go? What do I do? I go towards, what the hell is this? Head west on the road to Baldur's Gate. Fuck me. Okay. Alrighty, fine. I know where that is. Yeah, that works.
We leave the heart of the Absolute alive, thanks to you.
You're welcome.
You did well to defeat Ketheric. But
I don't want to do more of this! Oh my god! I do everything I can to not have to fight everything, god damn it!
you will need allies. You have the makings of a leader. Your actions.
I don't want to be a leader! Oh my god.
If we are to succeed, we will need others.
Well, then what do you want?
Baldur's Gate may not know it yet.
Okay, okay. So am I supposed to make more allies? Where am I supposed to make more allies?
Seek on its streets those whose purpose aligns with our own.
Yeah, dude, D&D violence is too much work. It takes like a million years.
We will put an end to the abs.
Do I have to like speak to them and be like, hey, come to Baldur's Gate with me? Let's see.
Long.
Nope. It's not the truth. Well, we've done it. We're here. Technically. More allies in Baldur's Gate? Okay, good. I'm gonna save like right before Baldur's Gate, so I don't have to do any more work, technically. Just head towards Baldur's Gate. And then after I save, I'm gonna pee and then come back. And then we're just gonna do the very first little bit of it. And then my father invited me to watch the debate with him. So, you know how I feel about my father. I love him and I care for him very, very much because he asks for very little of me ever. And so the only thing that I can offer him is my company. Am I going the wrong way to Baldur's Gate? Have I been through here? What the fuck? I don't think I've ever been through here. Hello? Waypoint discovered. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on, hold on. Stay right here. Stay right here. Do not move any further, my girl. Okay, which means that I can delete this one. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alrighty, we in. We in. Oh no. Oh no. Oh fuck. They're like, it's gonna suck, my dude. You should probably do something. I'm gonna go back to the last light inn. How do I continue leveling though, right? Cause have I not done, do I talk to people? Where is everybody? What the hell? What the fuck? Where is everybody? I'm level 7. Am I what the? Am I wild? Is everybody still at the other place? Is everybody still at freaking Moonrise Towers, my dude? Have you completed all the side quests? Do I have to complete all the side quests?
The shadow curse still remains.
Okay. Oh, everyone from last... Okay. Holy fire. The hell is that? Oh, weird. Oh, sorry. That was unexpected for me.
The road to Baldur's Gate is west of the town. If we hurry, we'll arrive.
Did you meet Mr. Man?
Safe return to the city.
Mr. Man is what? The Catholic? Then yes, I have. All right, I'm pretty sure I looted everybody here already. Let's go, Tally!
Just tell me what you need.
To trade. Duh. Okay. Oh shit, the fuck?
Just tell me what you need.
Money! Money, 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 money! Let's barter so it's easier for me to fucking figure shit out. Wait, I still want this. How does she still have cash? I don't... Wouldn't it be funny if I just gave this away? Wait, do I need... Is this the thing that I needed? Hold on, I wanted to... I saved some of these still, because I think they're cool. An eye patch. Classic. Just stealing people's eye patches. A bottled eye. I'm keeping that. The fuck? Bones. I already have too many bones. It's fine. Ooh, that's cool. Hey, maybe I want that instead. Wait, that's not the right one. Hold on. The fuck is this again? Sure. I don't even use Shadow Blade. The fuck? I don't use like half of these things that I have, bro. What about you? Deception? What the hell? Why the fuck are you wearing a deception ring? The fuck? These are not my favorite rings. Okay. You need the deception ring. Deception! I love when deception! No, you do not need that. I'll take this. What do you have here? Your weapon attacks also deal 2. When the wearer deals cold damage, they also create a... Okay. Cool. Not the worst, I suppose. Catherick. When a foe fails a saving throw against one of your spells or actions, they gain mental fatigue for two turns. Dude, I don't even... Oh, actions also. Okay, you know what? I'm getting rid of this one. I'm gonna give you this one. Peace. Nice. Nice. Anything good here? Not proficient with martial. Karlach's the only one that could be proficient. And it's not better. You guys are gonna get so upset of the way I do this, but it's literally like how I do it. Because I can't think about it in brain properly. So... I have to see it literally next to each other like this for me to understand. Oh, okay, not bad. Not as good. Maybe I'll give it to you. Yeah. And then let's see if the Sword of Screams is better for your 2 other buddies out here. 8 to 15, 5 to 15. Nope, I meant 4 Shadowheart, 3 13, 4 to 14 Nar. No way. Bye, Sword of Screams. It's cool knowing you. Hey, can I use this anymore? Like at all? Just out of curiosity. No? Perfect. Bye. Is this the stone that we had? It's not, is it? This is no. Use what? The Golem Bell. A cleaver. That's cool. A flail. I doubt I want that, honestly. Yeah, you're the only one that can use it, and you have a better weapon. Oh no, that guy died? Okay, bye. Cool. I doubt halberd is good enough for any of my people. But I have to see it in my brain, because if I can't, I just can't. I have to see it in my brain, you know what I mean? I have to see it properly just looking at each other. Shield? Medium armor, I think only they are, right? I think I value Constitution saving throws on Karlach more than Shrouded in Shadow. You're not... Whoa. Oh, no. Yeah, you're the only one, I think, with medium armor. So maybe this is light armor also, so let's do that for you. Scorching Ray. Any condition inflicted on a target also applies 2 turns of encrusted with frost. The builder has our +1 against saving throws. Okay, so maybe I don't care enough about Shrouded in Shadow at all. All right, now let's look at shields for you. Wait, do you have a shield? What the fuck? Where's your shield? Oh, I think I know why you didn't have a shield. You can't. You have one, but it's decent. Toy block. Bye. Waking mind. Bye. Void bow kind of sucks. 1 damage. Not willing to hold on to. Harp shaped pin. Oh, I'm keeping that. Oh, I'm keeping that for sure. Regal helm. Is it just pretty? Oh, it's just a pretty. It's just a little pretty. Okay, Karlach, let's go see what you're doing. What's the difference between this one and the other one? I suppose I should just keep it. There's actually not a lot of new things for you. Soul coin, right? This should not be here. This should be over here. That's okay. And then a smoke powder bomb, which I can't remember who I had it with. Did I have it with Will? No, I think I had it with Shadowheart, to be honest. Okay, let's look down. Potion of animal speaking. This is definitely not something I need multiple of. Adjustable steel helm. These are just pretties, huh? Except, what is this? That's a pretty. These are all medium armor, though. You have a reason for this one? Oh, you don't have a reason for this one. Let's get you a pretty. Yeah. Pretty. Ooh. I don't think anybody's proficient with heavy armor, actually. It kind of sucks I don't have anybody proficient with heavy armor. Because, like, this is pretty sick. Just, you know. Oh, no way. Both of them are heavy armor? Dude, I do not have enough good armor. Be real. I do not have a good enough armor. That's okay. Wait, can I still use it even though I'm not proficient with it? Or will it... What happens if I'm not proficient, but then I try to use it? I think the Shield of Devotion is helpful. What's the difference between that one and this one? Oh, and a Fire Shield Chill. It disables a lot of moves. I know spellcasters can't cast spells. Okay, man, that sucks. Who has absolute aegis? Somebody has absolute aegis.
Can't afford to stay idle.
The absolute's talisman. Oh, but I can't use this, can I? Let me give you your thing. You have your thing. You have your thing. Great. So we don't even need the other one, do we? 1, 2, 3. Okay, there it is. Never mind. We do. We do need it. Ah, man, that sucks. Okay. We don't need you, necessarily. Why does it say Shield of Devotion spells slot depleted? What does that mean? Hmm.
There's no time to waste. Making me sweat.
I'm gonna keep that. Just because I know I feel I feel like I'm going to need it later on. Yeah, just out of curiosity, what does Shield of Devotion spell slot depleted mean? Do you guys know? And then let's see what I want to buy from them. All this. All of this for sure. All of that for sure. Always with Thieves' Tools, because I always do shit with it. Scroll of Wall of Fire. Loves that. Scroll of Fireball. Big fan. The rest are not necessarily my favorite scrolls, to be honest, but... Do y'all have fucking... Tell me you have giant smoke powder bombs, because apparently I need it. Hell yeah. Smoke powder bombs. Only 3? Only 3? God damn it. I want more! What did it say? Spell slot depleted? Yeah, so I'm like scrolling over here and it says that the one equipped by Will gives Shield of Devotion aid, but it says Shield of Devotion spell slot depleted at the bottom. So what does that mean? Does that just mean like I need a long rest or like I can't use it anymore? It's adding a level 1 spell slot? Right. But why does it say spell slot depleted? So he'll lose it if you take it off. What? But what does the X mean? Like, what does the depleted part mean? Because it's not off yet, right? Oh, it literally means that if I switch it, then I won't get the spell slot. Is that what you're saying? Then I won't have it anymore. It's a warning. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep this then. I think. Yeah. And then I'm just going to keep this +3 armor class in the cases. Cool. I think balance. I took all her money? Well, this is kind of sad. This is kind of sad that I took all her money. I'll just take more. Whoa, is she okay? I'll just take more shit. Turn a petrified creature back to its... Oh, interesting. Curse a creature with your touch. Blindness, not the worst. Carrying capacity exceeded. Sorry, here, hold on. Let me go elsewhere. What do you mean carrying capacity exceeded? I'll put some of these away. That's fine. What do I want? What do I want? Sure, why not? At this point, I really am just like a why not kind of person. Mirror image, protection, stone skin. Hold monster, paralyze a creature. Da, 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 da. The hell? Throw a creature or an object up to 18 meters with a thought? What the fuck? Some of these are crazy. Bend the barrier between the planes until they disgorge an elemental ally to follow and fight for you. Oh, that sounds fucking fire. Hello? I'm gonna put some of this other ones away. Fuck the scroll of blindness. Let's take away some of your gold. That was fire. I'll take some of that for sure. You know what? Yeah. Do I have money? Do I have money? I have money, but I don't have a lot of money. Okay. That's not the worst, actually. Barter. Yay! Okay, we leave. Goodbye. And then now... Oh, that's not it. That's not it either. What is the... How do I... This is it. Let's send some shit back. What the fuck? Why do I have this? Hello? Stand as Karlach? What the fuck? Why did I not? I thought I sold that. Well, shit. Now I will sell it. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Just tell me what you need.
Why do you have to rush me like that, bro? Can I not get rid of that? I did not see that at all. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, that was weird. Okay.
Lady Light.
That was weird. Anyways. Let's put you back where it was. Because you were... No. You were ahead here. And then it was Will and then Shadowheart. Yeah, thank you. See, I can't... I need to see it like that. That's how ridiculous I am. The brain work doesn't happen until I see it the way I need to see it. Send to camp. I just wanted a little thing there. Ah, no. Actually, let's switch with you. You had the smoke powder bombs, right? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I'm sending this to camp. I'm sending this to here. Sending you... What the hell is this? Why do I have this? Oh, are these things that, like, I can't get rid of? That's fine. Send to camp. Did I have money here? I do have money here. Here, you can hold on to the money. For now. Just a little bit, okay? Doesn't mean you got anything though, okay? What the fuck? Why do I have this?
A long way to go still.
Where am I needed?
Why do I have... Oh, whoa. Hey. When did I get this? I think it's better for... I think it's better for Will. No, it's not. Oh, yeah, it is.
Still breathing.
Still breathing. Cool. Well, Will, you're not gonna have a shield anymore, so I'm sorry about that. But I'm gonna give you this, because this is cooler. I'm just gonna save this here for you. What happened to your... Oh, there it is. I'm gonna sell that. Whoa! Where'd you get these? Oh, I wanted to keep that because it's a bottle eye. I don't really know what this is, but I'm gonna save it here. I don't... Why do we not... Why did we not see these? I'm confused.
Still alive, so that's progress.
Like, I swear to God, we looked through everything, you know? So I don't know why out of nowhere suddenly I'm seeing some of these. You'll also be our summoner. How about that? How about that? Okay, you'll also be our summoner. So whatever the hell this is, you'll be that too. I'm gonna put that there for you. Potion of animal speaking. Right, I had this here for you. Why do I have this shield? I remember now it's because it's +3. I'm gonna send it to camp though. Excuse me, thank you. Excuse me, thank you. Okay, it's more organized, but I'm still so confused as to why I had some of these. Oh no, yeah, he's not gonna get his aid. Ah, damn. That's okay. I'll send this to camp though. I'll keep it. You, I don't think I need almost at all. So, well, you I might. You I might need in case I want to go back to, you know what? I'll send this to camp. You, I'll sell. What the fuck? Where did this come from? Oh, only there. And it's not even good enough. All right. Goodbye. Where the hell are these things? How am I missing it? Am I missing anything else? God. Okay. Wait. Hold on. This scroll down. This scroll. Okay. Why I keep... Weird. Anyways.
Just tell me what you need.
That's cool. That's fine. We'll... Oh, it's Catheric's Warhammer. You know, it's okay. Catheric doesn't even have things I want all that much. It's such a loser, Catheric. A loser. Oh god, I need water. Okay, so is there any, like, apparently I'm so low leveled, but I don't know how to level higher. How do I level higher? How do I level more? With apparently like I, you know. Well, I'm level 7. You do quests and things? Well, I just killed the guy, so I don't know if I even have quests available still. I pretty much already, like... Fuck. This is bad. This is bad, isn't it?
With Jaheira to lead us.
This is bad, isn't it? I kind of already lost my chance to do everyone's quests, huh? Didn't I? Didn't I? Check the journal? You're right. You're right. Check the journal. Okay. So I have to finish all these fucking quests. Perfect. Awesome. Gortash left for Baldur's Gate. We should go after him. He's hiding somewhere in Baldur's Gate. Freeing ourselves of the parasite is proving we should be on the lookout for powerful allies. How do I do that? No idea. We need to find more parasites. Find out more about the artifact. Ow. Decipher books about Orpheus. Okay. I did. Yeah, I did. I did already get rid of the giant man creature. Grander was infected with and taken to Baldur's Gate. Everything is like Baldur's Gate. And we also found Night Song. Maybe we'll find Mole. We defeated Ketheric and watched a fleet of Nautiloids leave for Baldur's Gate. If Mole doesn't turn up in Mount, she may have escaped on one of them and made us. Dude, do we know Mole? Do we know Mole at all? Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I know. You only have 3 companions? I have the other dude. Wait, are you supposed to have like 1 million companions? How many companions are you supposed to have? I thought 3 was max. The debate's in 27 minutes. Yeah, good reminder. Thank you. Learn about from Dame. Okay. Gortash was Karlach's former boss, someone she trusted. Consigning her, she wants her, but first we have to find him. Find him. It's a will, an infernal rapier. First, though, she requires some convincing. Zariel's assets. Not to be miserable in return. She promised to help. Blah 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 blah. Okay, I already saw this. All right, I think there's only one possible option to get more, and it's to go back to. Oh God. Fuck. Where's Verge of the Shadows? It's to go back to that big evil, like... the big evil dude inside of the tomb. Do you remember? Fuck me. Whoa, what the hell is that? What the fuck? I used it, and then what? Tell me there's hidden shit in here. Like, really good hidden shit. Oh, not bad. Not the best, but not bad. Okay, that's it? Alright, awesome. The Underdark? Yeah. I think... yeah. Yeah. Where's the big ol' cemetery place? It's like over here, right? That's okay. I'll be a little late. That's fine. I just want to go in and... Toll House. Get out of Toll House. You remember, the other dudes... Hold on. Raphael's old enemy, that guy, Uriger, you know? You remember Uriger? Yeah, I think I have to do something with Uriger. That's the only other person I think I could do anything with that would give me a slight amount of level at all. Can I move this here? Can I rearrange some of these? Can I rearrange this? Well, that was easy. Well, that was easy. Wait! I want to do that for everybody. Ah, shit, there's too much. Can I like move some of this? I can. Oh my god, what the fuck? What the fuck? I could have just been doing this entire time. That's fire. Sick. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Sharp as ever. Sharp as ever.
1 minute. 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 1 minute gonna switch some of these. You can also press the plus so it shows 3. Oh my god! This has changed my life! This is the best thing that's ever happened to me! Oh my god!
What's the story?
Thank you! Holy, this girl. Oh god, you've got a lot. You've got a lot, my dude.
The pride of the gate.
Let's move.
Okay. Dude, Shadowheart's the only one that's got a... Thank you! Oh my god, that's...
Where can I go?
That's life-changing for me. Jesus. 50 hours in and still... Dude, I'm telling you, a lot of people have, like, finished the game, like, 4 times, and they still didn't know about certain places. Like, they came here and they were like, holy shit, I totally never even saw this part. Isn't that insane? Okay. I think now I can just go... No, I can't go, like, immediately over to the Underdark. Don't I have, like, a waypoint? I'm pretty sure I have a waypoint there, bro. Whatever. Whatever. That's insane, though. That's crazy. I can't believe it. This is so much more helpful for me. Okay, now I'm going down. And then I wonder if I can... Still no. Oh, wait. Can't I... I can. Is Gauntlet of Shar closer? Whoa. Oh, it's this place. Maybe not. Maybe not the place I was looking for. No. That's Verge of Shadows. What about Gauntlet of Shar? Yes, this is the place I was looking for. Okay, I think. We'll find... Wait, no, hold on. Where are the other dudes? Did I kill the other dudes already? Fuck, not this. Down the other way, down the other way. We're gonna figure it out first, and then I'll go see my father. It's important! Well, now I know I can just fucking defeat these dudes, right? They passed by me, by the way. I don't know why. Should I kill them? Am I supposed to kill them? Can I like invite them to be my allies instead? The hell? Why do I get prone for that? Hey, who are you? I don't remember. Who are these people? I don't remember you. Who the fuck are you? Whoa! Nice. What the fuck are you? Oh. Hey, do I have to kill to gain level or
Little else in the American skull.
or can I like actually just help him? Wherever the fuck he went. Where the fuck did he go? Where is he? Oh, thank you, Trap. We actually didn't end up being able to get it, but that's okay. Where the fuck is he? Is he over here? What the fuck is this? I didn't even I honestly have never even gone through this place. There he is. There he is. Yerger. What's up, Yerger? Yerger? Sick and twisted! Sick and twisted.
Given up already?
What are we searching for? Wait, if I finish a quest, right? If I finish a quest, do I also gain experience?
Suggestions. I suggest you think twice before pestering me. I caught the scent of that bloated carcass. He is not the answer. He is not my prey.
Oh, you're prey, huh?
I still hear the song, which means you've achieved nothing. Keep looking. Or
So I'm supposed to go try and find and kill something, huh? What are these real? Oh, what the fuck is that? Hey, what's up, buddy? What are all these? Dude, I did not go down this way. No, don't hiss. We're friends. Yes! Nice. We're friends. It's fine. Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that dog?
Around the beast's body. It's a displacer beast. Alone and tame.
Aw, he's nice. Come on, let me pet that dog. Let me pet that dog. Can I pet that dog? Can I pet that? Thank God. Can I pet that dog? Welcome back, Shadow.
Though its posture is defensive, its eyes are soft. The beast is in love.
I've seen this porn. Oh, interesting. It's vulnerable. An opportunity. Attack! 13. Nice, thank God. It's not me.
Few Americans and an orphan. Could the beast really be infatuated with one of these creatures?
My dude? Well, fucking figure out, bitch. Jesus Christ. That's what you're looking for? Damn it. What if I just...
Many prints. You cannot tell them apart.
Yay! Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
It's not your affection it craves.
How do I find... Can I try it again?
The beast shudders, a moment of pleasure, before it retreats out of reach.
Maybe I can try it. Can I try him again? Can I try to roll again? Or is it too late?
Though its posture is defensive, its eyes are soft.
Fuck! I can't. Okay. God. There's definitely something though. Spider meat. Ew.
Well-chewed spider carcass oozes on the ground.
I suppose I should study it. Oh, Jesus. Ah, Jesus. Sweet Jesus. Do I need to study it? I'll just try it one more time. Nope, I don't need to study it. Forget it. I don't need to study it. Bye. No, it's okay.
But otherwise unrememberable.
Oh, no, I'm not giving it a long... Hello? Dude, these are these sickos. These fucking sickos, bro.
Something good here, I hope.
Yeah, the dice are not doing well right now. With me. Brazier, alrighty. I mean, there's gotta be somewhere here. What do you mean a heavy chest? Who's gonna get mad at me, huh? What happens if I open it? Exactly. You see somebody getting mad at me? No. Fuck. Nothing here. Not worth it. Not even bothering to be worth it. Let's see. I have to kill something. I have to find and kill something. Shit. This is tough. Not even a clue though, huh? I felt like I killed a lot. Can we go through to like the second floor? Is there a second floor? Let me see. What happens here? What happens if I... Wow, that door is open. That's interesting. That's interesting. This is interesting. Hey, there's things here. Anything good? A chest! Loot! I'm at the second floor. Like the second floor down here. There's gotta be what the fuck is that? There's gotta be something. What am I missing? What am I fucking figuring out? Let me up. Let me up. Oh, I missed that. That's fine. It's not a big deal. And it's in love. I want to find its lover, but I have no idea. What about this side? What does this side have? Anything? Where does it go to? Ugh. How do I find this? This is so crazy. Have a good dinner, Trap. Thank you, hon. Thank you, thank you. Where am I? Oh, I'm all the way over here. This just goes back this way, right? Fuck, I don't know how to... You know what? Can't get there. Okay. Let's go talk to just here. Just here. Let's go talk to the... Damn. Telling me I have to fucking go around this shit still? It's a lot. But it's so addicting! I just want to know. Maybe it would be easier just to kill everything, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it just be easier if I killed everything? Oh, what is this? An umbral tremor. Okay, so these things are just things I could kill. Like I would have to kill them kind of deal. Even though they don't care about me for some reason. Can I like go downstairs without going downstairs too much? Like what's down beneath all this? You know what I mean? Fuck. All right. Well, unfortunately, I can't figure that out right now. I do have to be going. But thank you so much, you guys, for coming by, watching. I'm so glad we got past the battle that literally was giving me trouble for like a whole 2 weeks. We'll figure it out. If anything, I might just have to like gain experience by killing everything, which is not the worst. But you know, I would hope that there was a way for me to help, because I don't like the other devil and I'd rather help this one. So my name is Lilybelle. I love to travel, but I suck at geography. Let's go ahead and find somebody for you guys. Yeah, of course. Thank you. Thank you. It's my first time watching a debate live, so it'll be very interesting. Let's see. Ooh, can I send you a tool? Whoa, hold on. Oh, interesting. Surprising. Okay. Sorry, I just figured something out. Oh, yeah. I'm sending any other notes you... No, apparently I don't. Apparently I don't have any other ones, so. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate it. Please give my good D&D mate friend a great hello. My name's Lilybelle. I love to travel, but I suck at geography. Thank you for flying with Lilybelle Air. Bye-bye now.